It's Christmas in July. Ripcon thinks it's so greedy that they celebrate Christmas twice a year, so he turns a Christmas tree into the next contestant. He's going to use the power of Christmas Pass to go back in time and steal the ninja shurikens, while sending the present ninjas into the void of time, where they're rescued by Santa Claus because Power Rangers, who's making his rounds in the southern hemisphere, and agrees to help the Rangers stop the contestant by sending them to previous episodes. By the end, Levi gives Brody the Crimson Katana, we get some dual-wielding action, but the contestant is so strong he actually knocks the Shuriken Megazord apart. But it's a Christmas in July miracle because Santa Claus returns with the past ninjas, and uniquely they defeat the contestant using just their Zords and their auxiliary bots. And Preston's kind of upset that he doesn't have one. So later, Preston finds a present for him by Santa, and it's an orange Shuriken, with a note saying this might come in handy in the future. Oh, oh, oh. So he summons it, and the bot's kind of ridiculous looking. And everyone but Preston kind of laughs about it. But oh no, because of all the time shenanigans, ODS manages to escape her destruction by seeing Santa Claus and teleporting in the back of his sled. Because again, Power Rangers is silly like that. The school's finally upgrading their computer lab. But oh no, the contestant for this week, a corrupted computer, is now starting a virus throughout the school. So now it's up to the ninjas to hook up into VR and go in and stop him. They still have all their morphers and stuff because shut up. And in the virtual world, they find Coco, who's trying to be the IT and fixing the computers by herself. And Coco thinks they're just more virus monsters. So it turns out that she has a katana morpher and a green shuriken. And she's like, Ninja Steel, Ranger Reveal. With the mystery of a ninja, Ninja Steel green. Everyone's kind of confused as she starts fighting the others, and she's actually pretty good at it. Until Levi lassos her and they all reveal who they are. So she joins the team, RPG shenanigans ensue until they finally see Typeface, the contestant. But Typeface is cheating by making all their weapons unaffected towards him. So Coco just hacks him and makes their weapons even stronger against him. And then in the Megazord fight, he's cheating again by teleporting around. So Sarah summons Greybot, who holds him in place. In the end, Coco gets credit for taking out the virus in the school, and she tells Brody she doesn't really want the credit and wants to tell everyone about them. Where Brody says that just because they're ninjas out of the shadows doesn't mean they always need to take credit for things. His dad always told him that. Where Coco states that she learned ninjutsu from her grandpa. That's where she got the shuriken and the morpher from. Eventually, Brody leads her to the base, and she joins the team. During training, Preston catches an arrow, which has a note attached to it inviting them to join them for the anniversary of Galaxy Warriors. Everyone knows this is a trap, but Master Dan assures them that it is, but be a ninja, sneak in. Retrieve the other red shurikens when they're not paying attention. Meanwhile, Ripcon is sitting outside as Kudabots and Basherbots are setting up for the anniversary, and Tynamon and Badana talk about how they lost the mallet. Ripcon gets annoyed at how long the ninjas are taking and randomly slashes the air, revealing the ninjas hiding in front of them. Ripcon plays it off like he knew they were there in the first place, and introduces them to Gorox, the new contestant, made from the other red shuriken. They're kind of like brothers, and he's made in the likeness of the Galaxy Warriors logo. Calvin notes it's too late, they used both red shurikens. Tynamon states that they will now compete in several competitions with Gorox. Haley states, well, what if they refuse? Which Tynamon is like, alright, fine, if you need motivation, then he turns everyone around them into peanuts, including Victor Amonte, and Gorox's friends to eat them. So they do some competitions like kite fighting, which ninjas win, archery, which Gorox cheats in, a dance competition where Calvin and Haley do the ninja dance from the Sentai. Gorox and two Basherbots do very poorly, but they are given the win. Tug-of-war where the ninjas win, and Coco has an arm wrestling contest, and she somehow wins. So the ninjas win and everyone's set free, but Gorox doesn't concede. After a little bit of fighting, he grows himself giant, and the ninjas summon the Spirit Megazord. But during the fighting, the Blazing Lion Fortress appears, and it forms the Ultra Zord, even though no one summoned them. It turns out the competitions were all just a big distraction because Ripcon strolled up to the base with an army and stole the Megazords. So Ripcon blasts the Ninja Spirit Megazord. Madonna is cheering, "That's my man!" And the ninjas are pretty badly damaged as they demorph, and Ripcon's about to run them down. One recap of the ending of the last, and Ripcon's about to run over the Rangers, but Dan appears and stops the Megazord long enough for everyone to teleport to safety. Everyone's pretty badly bruised and damaged, so they have to come up with a new plan. And they decide that Boom is going to sneak in, disguised as a contestant, and try to steal back the Megazord. But then Ripcon appears demanding a fight with Brody, and he also has an army. So the ninjas decide to create a bubble around Brody and Ripcon, so the two can have their final duel, and Brody has the Crimson Katana, as the others are fighting the army, with Haley using the Blazing Lion armor. Ripcon and Brody are having their final duel, and it's super brutal, but when the others are done fighting the army, they join Brody, and the power of friendship actually defeats Ripcon. But Ripcon refuses to be defeated again, as it's revealed that he's the one who stole Odious' mallet, and he grows himself giant. So they summon the Ninja Spirit Megazord, but he's still pretty strong, and Boom, who just got control of the Megazord, is struggling to pilot it by himself. Until Cavalry arrives. Oransaurus, Coco, Master Dan, and Jiraiya help Boom, and now they have 2 working Megazords. They easily take out Gorox and a Skulligator, but then when Badana shows up on another Skulligator to protect Ripcon, he just uses her as a human shield. So the ninjas form the Spirit Ninja Ultra Zord. As the other bots arrive, and they throw quite actually everything they have at Ripcon, and eventually finally defeat him. Galvanax, watching this, yells at Tynamon to retrieve the 2 red shurikens. The ninjas cannot have 3 of them. After recapping the last 2 parts, we see that the ninjas now have all 3 red shurikens. They celebrate, but then Tynamon arrives and he wants them back. So Brody, Master Dan, Coco, and Boom run off with all 3 of them, as the other ninjas decide to stay back and fight him. Preston uses the Blazing Lion armor again, as Aiden takes over Levi and he goes Lone Ranger again. Meanwhile, the others, Galvanax teleports in front of them, demanding the shurikens. Where Brody yells at him, "Why you want them so bad?" And we finally learn why Galvanax wants the shuriken so bad, which he explains while fighting them. Not long ago, he was a human, and even a former Ninja Steel Red Ranger, but he was obsessed with gaining power, and he destroyed all of his friends and forged the Nexus Shuriken, a combination of all their powers minus green, which he couldn't find. Because of his terrible actions, he was cursed to become a Nihilok, which explains why he looks like this. But eventually he was defeated by the Green Ranger, Coco's grandfather, and was banished into space much like Lothar. And that's why the Ninja Prism left the Earth for a few decades, because they felt that humanity wasn't worthy of the Ninja Steel powers anymore, but eventually returned. Lothar and Galvanax actually found each other in space, where they joined Galaxy Warriors as the clan Lokar, a new ninja clan devoted to Lokar the Terrible. They were a tag team duo, and back then Galaxy Warriors was owned by Madame Odious. That gave Galvanax a hex that wouldn't have him dry up. But after they became champions, Galvanax took over Galaxy Warriors, and Lothar used the prize money to fund an army for Ninja Storm. Meanwhile, the others defeat Tynamon and arrive and fight Galvanax with the bots. During all this fighting, Coco gives Boom the red shuriken. And Boom's like, "I'm not really a ninja, I'm not all that good shape," and as soon as Galvanax comes near them, he screams and morphs, turning into Ninja Steel Silver Red. And Dan gets his shuriken, and he turns into Red Gold, and we have our 3 Red Rangers. Everyone else morphs, and we have a really cool fight scene. But it's kind of clear that Galvanax is way stronger than everyone except Dan. So Dan does a finisher slash, as Galvanax also hits him with one. And the two are clearly damaged, but still fighting, until randomly Odious appears and quick dashes into the two. It seems that she stabbed Dan.